Excuse me. Uh, okay. Alright, so we're going to be finishing this mod up with our final fight. Oh. So, okay, so the only thing I didn't get was the Omni Plus materia from the 135th Soldier turn in. So, because I literally have been playing the speed square for the past 2 days, and the RNG just did not want to give it to me. So, mm, mm, mm. Oh, so we're gonna take on Sephiroth. All right, everyone, let's mosey. Damn, not again. I'm saying it like a wimp. You say move out or something? Let's move out. Did you hear that? The monsters are coming. They must be gunning for us. We gotta split up. Oh, we're fighting together. No time to waste here. Someone's gotta stop Sephiroth. That's right. These jokers are gonna slow us down. Take a party and go on ahead. The rest will try and stop these clowns from following you down. Is this like a practice run before the final battle? Major practice run. Fight, fight, fight. I'm so tired of it. Oh, this. Oh, Eris's sassiness through this whole mod has been so on point. I'm fine with that. Probably got a better chance up here than fight Sephiroth down there. A warm up before the final battle might be welcome. They're almost here. Make up your damn mind. Oh, but we definitely want to. We want to keep Eris in the party here, because she needs to get revenge. We'll see you later. Careful, okay? Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. be? What's that? It's coming! Holy crap! I don't remember this. Fallen Soldier. So they make us fight Zack. Holy crap! Oh, and he has a heal ability. Lucky, really? He can use Lucky 7? Ah. And we can't sense him? Really? Ah. What the hell? Whoops. Well, I'm more than likely dead here. Yep. Okay. We are definitely taking those Aegis shields off. Mm, there's this holy. Okay. Her defense goes through floor, but her evasion, yeah. That's basically just half of everything for materia slots. It's the same with the wizard bracelet. Actually, the wizard bracelet gives you 2 more. Hmm. I thought I got another wizard bracelet at some point. Apparently not. So. Give him that. Okay. So we're gonna put like a crap ton of. We're gonna put tornado, break, pearl with magic counter. Oops. Gravity. Poison. Let's see here. HP absorb. There. He doesn't need any more dexterity. He's pretty much maxed on that. Let's put a counter attack. With 4x cut. And just another counter attack. So he should be using bio and pearl. Okay, we can get rid of this. Keep that master command on. Okay, I'm going to put counter attacks on Barrett. has Cloud has Master Summon. Oops. Let's put a tornado there. Maybe it's susceptible to being confused. Poison there. Excuse me. I got command counter. Let's put command counter with tornado. Destruct. Most time comet. Let's get rid of that with command counter. There's command counter there. With throw, flash, steal. Magic defense goes down. Yeah, she does not need to lose any more HP as it is, so we need to put freaking MP plus is not useful for her. I'll stick magic plus on her though. Core. Actually, attack and support magic. So exit, just escape battles. Plus with Osmos. Oops. Still don't get why that won't let me use that. Wonder if it's something I'm supposed to use on Zack, or if it's something I'm supposed to use on Sephiroth. Still can't use it. It's a point of no return. Okay. Um. Really? Sleep? So I really don't want to spam freaking Knights of Round and Gospel Sparkus again. Okay, so this counterattack Pearl went off anyway. Oh. I bet really cool is if you could link freaking Master Summon to Quattro Magic to W Summon. Because that should give you 8 freaking rounds of this. Unfortunately, I think this is what I'm going to have to do. So it's either going to be this or counterattack mime. Oh, okay. Apparently, my counterattack material leveled up too. I really do not remember ever fighting Zack in the OG though. Light, a light. Is this light holy? God dang it. Sid, how did we get here? Good. Sephiroth. Damn. My body, I can't control my body. Legs, my hind legs, my tail's about to come off. This is definitely not good. He's way out of our league. Time out. I said time out. Gent. Ugh, ugh. There. It's there. Holy is there. If we can beat him, we still have a chance. Holy, it's not over yet. This isn't the end yet. Yes, we are going to save our game. So. But we still want Barrett and Eris because Eris needs to get revenge. Oh, it didn't look. Reason the counterattack leveled up is because the voltaic arm has got. Yeah, I think we're just gonna leave our equipment the way it is. So our status, freaking Cloud is freaking pretty much maxed out. Freaking Strength 105, Dex 255, so that is maxed actually. His defense is almost maxed. His attack percentage is maxed because of the weapon. Say, Vitality is 149. His defense is almost maxed out. But he'll take hits like crazy. Somewhat. He'll take magic. Magic attack is okay. His Magic's 104, Spirit's 140, Luck's 48. So, Eris is definitely a magic user. Her magic's almost maxed out, including her magic attack. Her defense is okay. Her speed's pretty good. Her strength is horrible, though. Her luck is quite up there. Barrett. Yeah, so we're kind of like pretty much all around characters early. I really wish there was. I wish they would have left a way in to max the freaking characters, though. Okay, so he's got a holy attack. He absorbs lightning. Defense against berserk and darkness. So, air cloud halves holy damage. And he's got absolutely no effects. So, okay. Eris. Yeah, she has nothing. Okay. But we're using the Venus Gospel on Eris instead of the Princess Guard because the Princess Guard restores HP on attack. So we got Cloud's got Pearl. That's set to a counter attack. She's got Master Magic, so she's got everything. Then we got level 1 Bio, Tornado, and Ultima for Barrett. So he's got Knights of Round, of course. Cloud's got them all. Enemy skills. We don't have that equipped, but the only thing we got a hold of was Shadow Flare was like the highest level thing we got a hold of. So okay. So we want to put Sid's a decent physical attacker. Kate Sith is just a luck like crazy luck. And then we'll put Yuffie in as a healer. Okay. So we want to leave him with his scimitar. Yeah. Even though the flare ups his attack. It's got 7. Actually, let's see here. Grow Lance. Ultimate cleaning weapon. Yeah, let's put Flare on him. Okay, Strength's plus 20 for the Hypno Crown. Lock Scale Petrify. Strength's plus 10. Blocks Confusion. We're gonna leave that the way that is. Let's see, her attack plus versus high level enemies. Super Ball. Looks like materia. Spile Shuriken, Twin Viper. Yeah, we're gonna leave her Conformer on her. That's where my other wizard bracelet went. I knew it was there somewhere. Resist Holy. Yeah, that Aegis Armlet looks like a freaking, like, it really looks like such a good thing to put on, but because of the lack of the materia slots, it's crap. We're gonna leave the Wizard Bracelet on her. We're gonna leave the Power Wrist on her. Yay. Dex is 37 imparted by HP. Battle Trumpet. Fatalities plus 50. Crits plus 25, and it's ranged. Shell. Source Party MP. Yellow is Slut plus 50. Magic, Spirit, Dex, Crit. Black Info drains HP. But does that drain my HP or their HP? Dex is 75. Oh, let's just put the HP shout on him. And because he's a robot, he can equip male or female, so. Resist, Cut, and Pierce. Resist Holy. We're going to put Minerva Band on him. I'm kind of curious on something here. So, so we're just gonna do this, just for poops and giggles. Oh, except for that one. Holy crap. Sid has literally no turns. But his, like, yeah. Actually, Yuffie came out pretty well balanced. And so did Kasith. Really. So. Oh. Um. Hey. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna leave her with for now. Powered by limits. Behemoth Horn. The Seraph Comb and the Hairpin are pretty much. Diamond Pin, his percentage goes up, but his attack's crap. It says it drains HP. I really wonder if. I really need to figure out if that drains my HP or their HP. So we're gonna give him that. Um, let's leave the Warrior Bangle. Let's Let's leave power wrist on him. Well, we're gonna do the same thing here. So, with these two. Okay, so let's check their. Oh, her defense is maxed. Her attack is freaking ridiculously strong too, and it's a guaranteed critical hit. Her magic defense is really good too. Her dex is not too bad. Her strength, yeah, wow. Somehow or another, doing that for Tifa just freaking made her pretty much a bit of a badass. And then Red's just kind of balanced in a way. His dexterity's pretty high, so he'll get turns pretty quick. I hate that they made it. They didn't fix it so that you couldn't put the last character in though. I can't be fooling around and dying in this hellhole. And space was just the beginning. There's still a lot I gotta do with my life before I kick the bucket. We're all here. Everyone is here. Jen is here with us. There's still a lot for us to do. I'm not giving up. We've all come this far together. It's all up to us now. Let's settle this. Okay, so. Oh! Bizarro Sephiroth A. This is new. I just killed something. Demi 3. Worried about the other members? Not really. Let's do this. Well. I do. This must be another new boss, because I don't remember this. Must have killed the core part there, because it's taking zero damage. Uh, okay. Oops. Went right by it. Okay. Well, at least. Okay. At least they survived it. Okie dokie. I really need Eris to get those gospel sparks off. Okay, so something else just died. Okay. So it just cast Demi 3. Okay, why did that only freaking hit her? That looked like it only went on her. So now I'm a little confused here. Because that really looked like those gospel sparks only hit Eris. Okay, antidote. No. Hey. Which one takes off? Which one takes off dual? Shouldn't be getting hit at all because of the gospel sparks. So. Apparently he healed part of himself. Or revived him. That's annoying that he can do that. Ay. Looks like he just freaking healed himself again. It, ah, they hit Barrett when it should have. And it should have hit Cloud. Eh. If he changed this to be the freaking final boss instead of Safer Sephiroth, which is what he based the Omega Cait Sith on, He did a good job. Because this thing is taking forever to kill. I really do not remember this in the OG game either. Hey, so there were counterattacks. Hey. Oh, and her gospel spark already wore off too. Mm. So. Uh, Hopefully that heater doesn't bother you guys, but it's starting to get a little chilly here. So he's doing about 1,500 at 1,500 times 13. That's 13,000 damage. That's she's doing. And Ultima's doing freaking 3,000 damage from Barrett. Core energy? Okay. So let's see how much Ultima does for Maris. Hopefully she friggin' does about the same. Another core energy. Well, she does 8,000. Oh, what's her pearl do? That's what I'm wondering at this point. Oh, and oh, I didn't see what it did there. Oh, he's slow. Is there nothing that speed drink? Which I only have one of. Okay, so his core is not taking any damage from basically anything. So do I need to use physical attacks on the core? Nope. So how do I damage his core? Oh, that's not good. core energy. Okay. So their gospel sparks wore off. Good God, would this thing die? We're literally an hour, over an hour into this, and we basically haven't done a whole heck of a lot of damage to this thing. So maybe I need to set up reflect. So, so that it. Because the core is not taking any damage. Oh, yeah, apparently this was in the OG. Uh, okay. Oh, okay. So I do have to use the other parties. Otherwise, the core will never die. That's not inherently a good thing, really, if you ask me. Ah, really? You hit me with slow? Mm-hmm. It, okay, so that should have been the magic. This should go back to the other side. Oh, youch. Really don't need this happening. Well, at least I get to see quite a few of the level 4 limit breaks I've never seen before. Oh! Cosmo Memory, that's what freaking. That's what Cloud or Zach used on me. Really? And she used it. She used all of it on the freaking core. Except for that last one. Dang it. Oh, I missed. Thank goodness. Come on, would you die already? There we go. Hmm. Okay, it just said that the Magix was dead. Okay, so we can start attacking the core. Not good. Ugh! At least that was Demi. Why do you keep using it on all these things on red? Ugh! Oy, ay, ay. Ah, man, this is freaking taking me a freaking pain in the butt. Um, because I need to take out the freaking. That. really need this thing to die. Come on, give me Cloud. What? Or is it good? Or do I have to kill the freaking head too before it lets me go back to Cloud's team so that I can just wipe the crap out of the core? Okay, so the head died. Holy hell, did Kate Sith just do freaking a shit ton of damage? Ah. Okay, it just said the head portion died. Eh. So I need to kill the head over here. Oi. I don't have anything that cures stop. So that's not good. Hey. Let's see what Typhoon will do. At least that missed. He should do a decent amount of damage anyway. $3,000, $3,500. Okay. That portion died. Now I just got to kill this core. There we go. You bastard. Damn it! Yeah. At least Phoenix went off. Gotta do it. Since at least now we're damaging the core. Oh, but I wish this thing would hurry up and die. Corded. Nice. Oh. It's just the animation doesn't jump around on them where it should. So it can't use core energy to heal itself now. Oof. Freaking Demi 3. I did a crap ton of damage. So. Oh, let's see if this kills it. Because now it's up to 2,000 a hit because it's not being divided. Remember playing the OG and being able to get this up to freaking max hits on every one of them. That didn't kill it. That did. Go bury it with the catastrophe. Oh, now do we gotta fight the freaking safer Sephiroth? Yes. Being soft. Okay. It's all over. Everything. And now it begins again with me. Oh, yep. One-winged angel. And this could take a while, because if I remember right, if my levels are high, so are his. So. So. Eh. So. It's 26. 52. So, yeah, so that literally took freaking an hour and a half to get through Bizarro Sephiroth. Oh, let's see what Pearl does to him. Oh, freaking physical attacks do nothing. And he has Reflect. It's a good thing I got those Gospels sparks off. So I literally have to use Knights of Round to do a decent amount of damage on him. Not so sure I like that mechanic. But on the other hand, too, the Knights of Round attack is called Ultimate End. So. Okay. He reflects everything but Ultima. So Eris could possibly do a decent amount chunk of damage here. So Cloud's gonna have to spam Knights of Round. Eris is probably gonna have to spam uh, Ultima Gospel Sparks and Mega Elixirs. Or did we just beat him? I think we just beat him. Yeah, we just beat it. Never mind. So, like, that was what? 4 Knights of Round? Yeah. At least Eris got some payback there. We've done all we can. You sure about that? What about Holy? That, I don't know. Isn't the rest up to the planet? I think you're right. We have to believe in the planet. I think so too. Sephiroth is gone. All we can do now is hope. Yeah, you're right. Then let's get out of here. Come on, everyone. Let's go home proud. What's wrong? I can feel him. What? No, it can't be. He's still here. Still. He's laughing. Onto the ethereal plane. Here we go. Hey, just had to William Shatner himself there, didn't he? Just had to get his shirt off. Okay. Omni Slash. Because it's literally the only thing it lets you do here. And it did a lot of damage. I don't remember if it did a whole bunch of damage or if the OG, like, it just did one. So. What to do? I really want to watch through this, though, to see if there's any changes. Other than just for dialogue or anything at this point. Live stream. As a critique, I would give it about a 4.77 stars out of 5. Because there's a few things here and there that were kind of the RNG for the Gold Saucer, the freaking Speed Square game needs to be fixed. Like how they guarantee you the flare and the umbrella, they need to fix the 135th Soldier to be a fixed win. The starting materials for later characters are so-so. Putting in the possibility of maxing out the characters, I think that's just every RPG player. Like, that's something we all like to do. But so putting in the ability of at least completely maxing out at least Cloud would be wonderful, in my opinion. What else was there? Oh, so some of the boss fights are ridiculous. Master Toneberries really need to have their HP dropped by about a quarter. Um, the super secret optional boss should have a way to access it without having to use save manipulation. What else? The things I do like, the Fort Condor notifications and the NPC that takes you back and forth. That is a freaking awesome addition. Um, the addition of the some of the remake elements being put into it was perfect, honestly. Um, what else? Uh, air the ability to keep Eris or is amazing. Um, the fact that he put an NPC on the Highwind that you can toggle her on or off is just that's absolutely amazing to me. Um, I really wish there was a way to guarantee the freaking chocobo breeding process. Just take the RNG completely out of it. What else? A lot of the new character dialogue is freaking amazing. The fact that like the character models will show up in the towns and talk to you. I mean, I absolutely love that. So, and it really makes you want to go back to Midgar and Calm and Junyan and Costa del Sol and all those places just to see what they say. Um, the I don't know if it's still available, but I know when I did it, wall um the wall market section with getting into the Honeybee Inn was completely blocked off. So there's like key items that are listed in the documentation that I wasn't able to get, and that's kind of annoying as a completionist. That's really annoying. Um, I wish the freaking the thing with the morph ability that where Yuffie's conformer weapon just has no damage penalty for it. that really needs to be carried over to the other characters since you get morphed so early. Uh, what else? The materia progression was pretty on point. I like the idea of the splinter materia. Where um but the and this is an issue I've had with the game since 1997 was that some of the materia that you need to get the master materia are so late game that you basically never use them. Like Ultima Pearl in this case. Um, what I the way I personally the way I see it, the way it should be look is the huge materia should give you the Ultima Pearl Hydro like the those, and then the master materia should be what you get in the North Crater on the way there. I mean that's makes a little more logical progression. Um, the idea of putting Tifa in at the very beginning, I love that because literally it gives you a third character to get through that mission. Excuse me. Um, the guard scorpion being so many of the freaking bosses and optional bosses. Oh my god! It it's it's cool to a point, but after like the fourth one, it's like, why is he here again? So, um, cause changing him out for the first boss was cool. The second time I fought him was like, yeah, okay. So um fighting him to get Barrett's ultimate weapon was that was cool. That was a really good idea. Um the one that made no sense to me was the underwater reactor. Putting him there. It's like it it made no sense for that boss to be swapped out there. Because literally in the OG game you would have fought Sephiroth and one of the Genovas. But instead it was the guard scorpion. Um the carry armor. um, in the Shinra building at the very beginning of the game. Freaking making it so overpowered that it requires you to come back during the Midgar raid to fight it is, yeah, whatever. What I found annoying about that was the chest in the map room was literally nothing. Like, it was just nothing. It was an empty chest. Um, so, I mean, to me, what would have made more sense would have been to take the 135th soldier from the speed square and put it there. Um, what else? Um, the silver chocobo in the glacier. Um, some kind of hint as to what to feed it to activate it. Because I never get. I talked to every NPC and I never came across one. So that, I mean, that would have been the only reason I knew to give it a Zeo nut to trigger it for the boss battle was from watching Primal Liquid's playthrough. So, um, I in a way, I like the fact that the summon material was also pre-mastered, because literally once you've collected all of it, you are guaranteed to get the master summon. Um, but the problem is it, because it doesn't consume the material when you create it. It the other characters that you put it on are limited to a single use during a battle. So, um, yeah, and I know different people play different ways, but for me, it's for my parties always Cloud, Barrett, and in this case Eris. Um, so it makes some of the other alternate ways to play characters kind of useless. Um, oh, the innate abilities. The innate abilities never got used. Um, not only that, I went back and was looking through it. If you want to try to do a challenge playthrough of only using the innates, you can't make it through the first mission. Because literally, the only the only attacks you will have at that point is Cloud's innate and in the one counter strike materia you get. And so you either wind up putting the counter strike on Tifa or Barret, and it takes so long to master it to make more of them. You're gonna spend forever, and I mean forever, just grinding to get the counterattack materials. Um, oh Lord, what else here? Yeah. So with the innates, because with the innates, Cloud is an offensive one. And I am getting a crap ton of echo here. I really shouldn't be. Um, what else is it? Yeah, Clouds is offensive. Sid's is offensive if you meet the criteria for it. Um, let's see here. Let's load up a save file. Let's load this one. And can we get back that way? So we can at least look at the innate abilities here. Actually we can't from there. So yeah, because it seems like literally only because Ares is purely defensive. Tifa's freaking Tifa's is purely freaking just a freaking holy crap, I did something wrong. There's his house. Let's. Yeah, there's no soldiers. Should have been the next one. So, Uh, okay. But yeah, just the sheer freaking lack of because I would love to do a challenge run of only using the okay. Here we go. Yeah. Okay, so Gents is offensive. Whoops. Um, Barrett's is defensive. Unless you have him in the front row with a counterattack materia. Tifa's is just holy crap, she got her ass kicked. Um, Eris is purely defensive against magic. Red's is strength and magic to a maximum plus 45 for both, so it's the same thing. You have to have would have to have counterattack. Yuffie, um, Yuffie's is technically physical damage if she's in the front row. So far, Cloud and Yuffie. And then the Throwlet. Okay, so Cloud and Yuffie. Kate Sith. The party is basically just a way to regain MP. That's it. Speed based on his current MP and his limit forms now attack on a set cycle. He also starts each battle with all active. So, yet again, that's really kind of defensive. And then Sid, it's you have to meet this specific criteria. So literally you have to have above 50% HP MP, wall active for him to use a physical. So literally without the counterattack materia, you can't do that challenge run. So, because literally the only offensive you have that's guaranteed is Cloud without counterattack. So literally you would have to you would literally have to just do nothing but grind to level up counterattack materia. And that would literally be the only materia you would equip. So So, um, I'm actually gonna look into trying to do that challenge run. It may be a while, but so, but yeah, freaking, I love that. I love the addition of the story elements from the remake. The the new bosses, they're challenging, but some of them were kind of just like I said with the silver chocobo, it was unless you literally just go through trying to feed it everything. There's there's no indication of how to activate it as the boss. There need there needs to be another enemy somewhere in the game that has Pandora's box enemy skill also. Because that was utterly ridiculous. That the only way to get that is to fight the silver chocobo. Um, man, what else is there? Um, oh, some of the weapons explanations are kind of vague, and like like I said earlier, like one of them said it drains HP. So does it drain my HP or does it drain the enemy's HP? So um, also um, the stat characteristics from accessories don't show up on the HUD as to what it's actually changing. So I found that kind of annoying because if you're gonna make the accessories work like the weapons and armor, you need to show a representation that like okay, because I know the it's the lower half of the stats. It's that those change. It's not the base that it shows anyway. And the accessories I think are added to the natural ones, which are the ones you have to look at the status screen to see. And that's kind of annoying. If there was a way to actually just combine those like newer games have done, uh, that would be which would make sense to me because it would also make the mathematics being computed be easier, especially for things like the poison tick down, the freaking dexterity, the ATB. It'd make all that math easier. So, so I understand the that the Mazamune, it's like it's guaranteed critical hits. But what I would have liked to seen changed on that one was for it to max out your attack power. And and change out the actual character, the actual weapon model. Because instead of, I mean, because there's the ability there to do it, it looks like. And yeah, well, because also freaking Sephiroth's sword is actually called the Masamune. So if they could swap it out so that it was Sephiroth's sword being carried by the other characters, instead of just the freaking Buster sword. And what would actually be really cool is if they could do it is is that specific weapon, set it up so that it's a different model for each character that carries it. Like, yeah, like I said, if Cloud was carrying it, it would be Sephiroth's sword. If it was Barret, it would be Dine's gun arm. It like if it's like if it's Eris freaking carrying it, which she's not supposed to be there at that point anyway. Like, do something crazy like they did with putting Ozma in the game. Freaking, freaking, put like freaking uh Lightning from Final Fantasy 13. Put her Gunblade character model in there. Find somebody to make the actual to make the lower res version of it, but um make Sid, like if he's carrying it, that it's like a little model of either the Tiny Bronco or the High Wind. um Vincent Vincent make it like a little like doll of Lucretia. Yeah, I mean Tifa freaking like make it put the cape from her dad on her character. Um, let's see, Tifa, Barret, Cloud, Vincent, Sid. Um, Yuffie would be the hard one to figure out. Um, Yet again, she'd be one that you do something kind of crazy with. Um, I'm trying to think of any of the weapon models from the other games that would work for her. Um, Riku, 13-2. Her thief daggers. Because they literally look like the freaking conformer ring as it is, almost. Um, Kate Sith. What would Kate Sith be? Something you could frickin' do crazily enough because FF10, um, one of Lulu's weapons is a miniature Kate Sith, like the top part. Um, so so change the Mazamune for Kate Sith to be a miniature Lulu. It, so um yeah, the weapons rebalancing's okay in this mod. I mean, literally, like once I got the apocalypse, I like didn't use anything else for Cloud. Um, same with the enemy launcher for Barrett and the scimitar for Eris. I mean, granted, those were like the triple materia growth weapons, but um, I don't remember if they did it in the OG game or not. I'm gonna have to go back and remove the mod and play it again. But linking more than two materia together would be freaking awesome. To where like if you just had like all eight linked, where it's like okay, I put one counter attack and it just does all these things. That that would be a freaking great improvement. I um there need the materia growth for armor is crap. Um, like literally, like I had to win the freaking precious watch from Chocobo Racing. That's that's literally the only. I mean, I understand that. Yeah, it's like the only triple growth. But like for so much of the game, the rune armlet was the only double growth armor, which made it take absolutely forever, in my opinion, to freaking grow materia. Um, but speaking of the gold saucer, the the NPC to trade Gil for GP. That's freaking wonderful addition. Not having to use GP to save your game there. That that was another good addition. Um, I didn't show you guys this, but the NPC that stands outside the battle square. If you talk to them after doing the special battle or winning 8 straight, they give you oh the Hero Drink Classic, which it's got a bit of a funny connotation and as a real fourth wall break. Let's see here. Okay, so you have the Hero Drink 2, new and improved formula. Then you have Hero Drink Classic. Is this a marketing ploy? Which, if you don't know, that is literally a crack at Coca-Cola. Because because late 70s, early 80s, it was, oh, this is new, quote unquote, new Coke. And it flopped like crazy. And literally, like, a year after they came out with it, they released Coca-Cola Classic. And literally, like they found that it was their marketing team actually said, "Hey, we're going to change the Coke formula, sell this Coke that's crap, then we're going to go back to the old formula and make buku money." And I'm still trying to figure out what this is for. Like, I keep selecting it. And it doesn't let me do anything. So, run away. Yeah, see, she's got the princess guard right there. And what? But anyways, that's hide nor hair of what we're talking about. I I would really like to see him make a game C where it's kind of like because it's obvious you could change all the dialogue. Um but kind of kind of write it so that it's told a little more from like the perspective of Barrett or Tifa. Um, or even better, tell it that it's from the perspective of Eris. Um, but yeah, the because I literally got every weapon, every armor. I think I I think I got just about every accessory too. And and even with those, it was not possible to max out a character. And I mean, even take I, like I would like to see like that actually be what the Mazamune does. It's just like you get it, you freaking here you go. Here's a freaking 255 across the board character. Just go to town because to get that weapon is so convoluted because you literally have to buy the freaking the the house in Costa del Sol. You have to go to Cactar Island, which is not even on the map. Um, you have to have one of the an item you literally pick up like pretty much right at the beginning of the game. Um, and then there, and then and then you have to morph the Morasame weapon from a a enemy in around Wutai. So it's really convoluted. So I believe that that weapon should have more than just freaking guaranteed critical hit. I mean, so the the ultimate weapons um have some kind of needs to have some kind of description in the documentation as to I know like Cloud's ultimate weapons just says empowered by HP. Okay. Does that mean it uses my HP to use the thing? Or is it more powerful with lower HP or more power with higher HP or what? There needs to be some kind of documentation on that. Um uh the files that come with the mod actually the the item and materia placement could use some refining. Um, like for I actually have it. I'm not gonna bother showing you guys, but it does have the location of all the 135th soldiers in it. The um location number 8, Gold Saucer Subprize 5. Okay, is that the Wonder Square? Is that Chocobo Racing? Is that the Speed Square? Which is it? Um, there was another example of that I seen somewhere else. Um, oh, I think it was for the Omni materia. Accessories, items. Yeah, see, the key items have everything listed for the Honeybee Inn segment, but from what I went through it, I wasn't able to get all of them. Let me go up. Okay, weapons, enemy skills. Summons. Here we go. Yeah, Omni Plus, 135th Soldier full set of 12 turn in. It should say in there, Mithril Cave. Yeah, it should give you the actual location. Um, a a bestiary, like an actual freaking bestiary documentation with all the changes for HPs for enemies, that kind of stuff would be absolutely great for people who have already played it. Because there was the Master Toneberries. Like, I was literally the whole time going, how much HP does this thing have? And what I did to math and from what I was able to do with quick math, it was different than what the OG game was. So, so, um, oh, what else is there? Getting the gold chocobo by turning in the guidebook, that was okay. I just wish that chocobo had a better speed stat. because I wasn't able to use it to get past S rank in racing. Like, well, get past S rank. Well, I got it to S rank, and then it was like my speed was freaking 85, and everybody else's was like 140. And that was after feeding it Silka screens to try to up its stats. So so like it was literally maxed out at freaking at 85 mile an hour, at 85 for speed. Um yeah, what else is there? So the I understand the Bizarro Sephiroth fight was was like ridiculously hard. Um, but some kind of indication is saying, hey, you need to, or or better yet, instead of asking, are you worried about the other team, literally saying, hey, you need to kill the left side or the right side first, and even write it in there as like even write it into that text box that it's like a character that's in the other party saying, hey, maybe we need to kill this first. Because literally I could have sat here until I was just completely out of items, completely out of magic, on my last death throws, basically. Um, yeah, just with my main party fighting the middle of it, and it would have never done any damage. Which I did that actually on the OG game when I first played this back in '97. I did that. Um, the ability to put that last character into the third party, that would be insanely great for that fight. Because like I was literally, because I had Red and Tifa, and because I was just goofing around with their materias, Red's actual physical damage was absolute crap. Tifa's on was okay. So wound up having to spam a lot of things. Um, I was extremely lucky that I wound up putting enemy skill on red for that fight. Um, I yeah, I did run into an issue with um if I had if I used the W item glitch on consumable freaking items. Or well, they're all consumable items. But if I used them, if I did it on uh, the offensive, the offensive, uh, if I used it on those items and gave myself 99 of any of them, it would crash my game. So, it's, so yeah. um, I like the SP system. That's the other thing in here. I love the idea of it. I wish it had more than 4 uses. Because the way it's laid out, it's unless you save Eris, she only gets two. Everyone else gets four, and the um the way it was laid out was like if it says strength plus 20, okay, yeah, you get 20 speed, you get 20 strength sources. But if it said like if it says spirit slash vitality slash magic plus 5, it's not clear that you get plus 5 of each of those. And some of them that it was if it was like plus 10 or plus 15 like that, it was it seemed like it was almost random as to which ones it would give you. I mean, it really shouldn't be. I don't think that's how it is, but that's the way that's the way it seemed to me. So, so um that and where you actually unlock the SP system. Having to wait until you're halfway through disc one before it unlocks. I'm not a fan of that. Um, I honestly think that it should probably unlock right after the calm flashback. because that's when you see the monster that he used for that scene. Oh, excuse me. Plus, it's literally freaking. Once you get to when you get to calm is really when the game opens up. So. But anyways, that's my playthrough and critique of Final Fantasy VII New Threat. So we are probably going to be starting a new game tomorrow, and we are going to. I believe what I'm going to do is this game here. If it opens up. Oh, hang on just a second. I've got that one turned off. Why are you not showing on my... Oops. Ah, come on, you. Okay, so we're going to close that real quick. Oh, that would be why. Because it's looking for the wrong game. Okie dokie. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Screen cache. Sources, game. Where are you? Window capture. Come on, mouse. Work with me here. Sorry for this, people, but so it's just a quick glimpse of the game we're going to be starting tomorrow night. And I think we're going to try to do like an actual somewhat speed run of it. Not necessarily a so there's the game we're gonna be starting tomorrow. So anyways, everyone out there, be good, be safe, be kind to each other, and I'll see ya all tomorrow.